Hey, what's up, guys? This your man Kumari, aka Reno Slow Motion. Sorry I haven't been on YouTube, but YouTube is not like my life thing anymore. I'll be on here, but I'm just not gonna be on here like that anymore. I just have other things to do in my life right now, and back in the day, YouTube was my outlet, like to deal with a lot of issues, and now me being a grown man, I have to deal with them myself. So I'm really not gonna be like on here a lot. I've lost a lot of subscribers. I mean, I had almost going on 4,000 subscribers, and now I got like 3,008 subscribers, which ain't bad. I still got some, but enough about that. I mean, I'm not worried about it. I mean, if you want to stay a subscriber, cool. If you don't, you don't. Whatever. I'm not gonna trip off of it. I'm not thinking about that type of stuff anymore. Oh, I need a lot of subscribers. I'm gonna go crazy for them, or how did I become popular? I'm just not into it like that anymore. So maybe down life, later on, that pattern might come back again. That I need to, that I look to YouTube for comfort. But right now, I'm just doing me. Chilling, keep my head clear. But enough about what's going on with me. Because it really doesn't matter. I'm making this video because someone I talked to before made a video talking about trans men, and basically it was saying that black trans man advocacy, the whole Brotherhood, and is BS. And the whole trans community, and being a part of the community, and being a trans person and a part of something, trans revolution, I guess you want to put it, is becoming BS. And I watched the video. It made sense. I mean, I understood why he was pissed off, and I understand why he was upset, and why he felt like he couldn't go to another trans brother and get information that will benefit him the same way as somebody else would benefited him. And I think about it because I've been through that situation. I mean, I'm not trans anymore. I don't identify with that label. I just identify myself as a man. Kumari, man, whatever. Male pronouns. So that's what I am, and that's what I consider myself. Nowhere near trans anymore. But I kind of understand where he's coming from, because I did delete myself from like 2 groups that had to deal within the trans community, and I didn't feel like I was getting certain information that I was seeking, and certain people I would ask information seemed like they couldn't give it to me, because everything changes. When I was transitioning back then in the 90s, it's not like that. It upgraded a little bit in 2011. Back then in 1995 through up to 1999, things have changed. The sources that we have now, resources, it wasn't like it used to be back then. I mean, certain people still do surgery, or still do prescribe tea to certain guys, and there's certain that don't do it anymore. Some of them that don't do surgery anymore. So things changed since then. So us as individuals who are in the community, it's not our duty, but it is kind of our duty and our right to help someone else who wants to benefit themselves the same as we benefited ourselves. If it was not for other individuals, such as doctors or people having updated information, the information that is now put out, no one would knew about it. There's things that I found out. I've done research of my own, but there are certain people that can't get that research. There's certain restrictions that they cannot receive the information, or they're not allowed to get that information. So certain people are doing certain things undercover, and certain people are doing it because trying to seek other individuals for the certain information, because maybe they're family, or they're trying to keep it on the low key, and so they want to ask instead of going, "Hey mom, can you drop me off at the doctor's office? Why? What's wrong with you?" "Oh, nothing. Or "Hey mom, I want to go see this therapist." Or, something. And if you got friends, you're trying to figure out how to explain that to a friend that will understand that you've changed from the person they used to know to the person you are now. And it is our duty as other trans men to help other trans men or other sisters and brothers in our community, gay, straight, bi, whatever, to benefit themselves in the world. All the resources I knew back then, have changed. Some things have changed. It's not the same as it was back then. When I was going to a therapist in 1995 and through 1997, then all of a sudden, the doctors I knew of that was prescribing tea, or the pharmacies that were doing it, or all that, resources I had have changed. I mean, some resources are no more. Certain people, I have institutions that were benefited trans people, don't do it no more, and things that used to be that are now was not back then, as far as I just found out, about the whole thing of the surgery procedures and certain things you can get done to yourself. A lot of us, if you're way back in the day, you did not know that because it was not spoken about. It wasn't even put out yet. Now it's 2012. There's so much new stuff that I'm amazed by, and if it can help somebody else in the community, then why not me give them the same information I found out? I think that the community is really lacking a lot, Some people don't want to, and I understand. After a while, you got to a point, you transition, you got into your groove of things, and you don't want to be answering, going back then, to when you was blah 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 and how you got to where you are now. I can respect, I understand, I overstand that. I understand that after a while it kind of gets on your nerves. You get tired of talking about what did you do, what procedures got you to where you are, how did you go through the name change, because it kind of brings you back. When you start talking about how you transition and started your process to where you are now, I understand that, because you don't want to go back to there, when you are here. You don't want to go back to your past when you are in your present, and in the life that you want to live, and in the man that you're content to be. You don't want to kind of talk about the procedures and steps that you went through. But isn't it our duty to help other brothers or anybody else that's in need? Because if you think about it today, if it was not for people now doing the research that they do and putting it out online or Google or certain websites, Mates or Facebook or trans the groups in on Facebook or on Downlink and other websites, BTMI. If it was not for resources, I mean, we can go depths with it. If it was not for certain individuals putting stuff out there, the guys now would not have that resources that you have. So it had to be that somebody had to tell you, or some doctor posted it, or some website, somebody was like, oh, this guy does chest surgery, you need to check him out, or videos on YouTube, or how they went through their process. If it was not for individuals, a lot of y'all would not have gone through or know the information that you do now. So if a fellow brother or trans brother wants to know certain information that and it could benefit them, why not give it to them? I mean, what is it going to harm you besides maybe a couple minutes of jumping back in your past? But guess what? You're a man now. So that really doesn't change you. That's what you went through to become who you are now. Does not mean what you were then is who you are now. So helping another fellow trans person, transgender, intersexual, whatever, to reach their goals that they're seeking, there's nothing wrong with that. Because in the end, what if that was them? You seeking same information. You get upset too if they was looking for the same information. I think we need to, instead of downing each other, helping each other. Instead of stabbing each other in the back, talking about, oh, that's my trans brother and all that, then you bash them down because they're not going through the process you went through. But who's to say that process is not working for them? Not everybody can sit up here and shoot tea into their system. Not everybody can bind their chest like they want to. Not everybody can afford to get chest surgery. Not everybody can afford to get lower surgery. Not everybody has insurance to do all that. Not everybody has family members that pays for their surgery. You understand? Some people have to save. Some people don't have the funds to get on tea. Some people don't have the resources to find out where the therapist is, or to get binders and syringes and certain groups and things like that. Or maybe the family is screening everything they do. See, we sit up here and we down certain people. Oh, well, if you go on Google and all that and that. Okay, maybe there's certain reasons why. Instead of we downing someone or telling you should go look for your information yourself, do what I did and all that, you're not going to get a lot of information that you got to go way. You doing like, when I started my process, I did like 5 years of research. Do you know now the 5 years of research I've done has changed within 2 to 3 years in the new year? So what I knew back then is a lot different from what we have now. So helping somebody else on the research that is now, it's not a bad thing. If you know it, or you think you can give some guidance, there's nothing wrong with that, But to not help someone or give them certain information to benefit them in the long run, it's kind of like hypocrite. How can you call somebody your brother when you're stabbing them in the back, or you're stepping on them? When you're stepping over them because you feel like, what, I'm not finna do this because you should have done all this. What? It's like black people. To put it out there, it's like black people always want to stab, always want to down each other, but then you want to say you're my nigga, or you're my folk, or you're my homie, but then you're the ones that talk the most smack about that person. Oh, I don't like her, she ain't worth nothing, or I don't want to talk to him, he ain't worth nothing, but you automatically they're your folk. It's the same thing. You can't call someone your brother and you don't help them out. Can't be a community and you can't become whole together. Not share. A family is a community to me. And a community is family. And equality is in a family. And if you don't have that, then your family is going to fall apart. If you can't share certain information within your family or in your community, what's the use of saying we're brothers? You can't help a fellow brother out, then you're not his brother. Then we're not brothers. We're not trans brothers. Or any kind of black man or the new black man of the world. Because we keep doing the same thing. We keep belittling people, but then they ask us for help and we just shut them out. It don't make no sense to me. So I understand why he's pissed off, and I do. Some respect. You can come to me anytime. anytime. Alright? Peace.